Timbalan Perdana Menteri. I'm shocked by the call by the Deputy Prime Minister Dato Seri Zahid Hamidi for Muslim unity to oppose anyone challenging the decisions by the National Fatwa Committee in response to the Court of Appeal ruling that a child conceived out of wedlock can take his or her father's surname, and that the edict on this by the National Fatwa Committee does not have the force of law. This is because Zahid is not only challenging the authority of the civil courts to make decisions affecting the life and liberties of Malaysians, but dishonoring his oath of office as Deputy Prime Minister and as Member of Parliament to preserve, protect and defend the Malaysian Constitution. I want to remind Zahid of article of the Malaysian Constitution. This is the Malaysian Constitution, which states clearly and unequivocally that the Malaysian Constitution is the supreme law of Malaysia. And Zahid has taken oath of offices as Member of Parliament and as Deputy Prime Minister to preserve, protect and defend the Malaysian Constitution. Zahid should retract his statement which challenged Article 4 of the Malaysian Constitution, or he should resign as Deputy Prime Minister and Member of Parliament if he is not prepared to preserve, protect and defend the Malaysian Constitution, including Article 4 on the supremacy of the Constitution as the supreme law of Malaysia. Zahid should not take too long to retract his call in his officiating speech at a Hari Raya event with the Malabari community in Siang on Friday night, or tender his resignation as DPM and as an MP. He is not prepared to honour his oath of office as DPM and MP to preserve, protect and defend the Malaysian Constitution. Former Federal Court Judge Tan Sri Gopal Suri Ram has said that both Zahid and the NRD Director General Muhammad Yazid Ramli may be looking at serious legal repercussions, including jail time, for their responses to the Court of Appeal's landmark decision regarding out-of-wedlock Muslim children. There is an appeal against the Court of Appeal judgment, but an appeal does not operate as a stay of execution. The statement by the NRD Director General that the NRD would not abide by the appellate court decision pending an appeal is clearly wrong, contumacious and amounts to a willful contempt of court, and the usual punishment for serious and willful contempt is imprisonment. These are the legal consequences for contempt of the Court of Appeal decision, but Zahid must also answer the political consequences for his contempt for Article 4 of the Malaysian Constitution and his breaches of his oath of office as DPM and as MP to preserve, protect and defend the Malaysian Constitution. No other Prime Minister or Deputy Prime Minister had in the past 60 years broken his oath of office or acted with such contempt of the Malaysian Constitution. The recent actions of the Najib government are a great cause of concern. Another case is the ridiculous and illogical ban of the G25 book on breaking silence, Voices of Moderation, Islam in a Constitutional Democracy, which marks a break with the policy of the first 5 Prime Ministers, Tun Abdul Rahman, Tun Razak, Tun Hussein, Tun Mahathir and Tun Abdullah. As this is a vote of 5 against 1, as the 5 Prime Ministers would never have banned the G25 book. In fact, if you take into account the 10 Deputy Prime Ministers since Merdeka, in 1957, the 2nd to 6 PMs, and the 2nd to 6 PMs, together with Tun Ismail, Tun Musa Hitam, Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim, Tun Kafar, and Zahid himself, the voting will be 8 to 2 versus 2, as Tun Ismail, Tun Musa, Dato Sri Anwar, and Tun Kafar would not have supported the ban of the G25 book. Tun Abdullah had in fact written a foreword for the G25 book, where he endorsed the G25's call for the current PM to exercise his leadership and to demonstrate the political will to establish an inclusive, consultative committee to find solutions to the intractable problems that have been allowed to fester for too long. But Tun Abdullah's hopes that the G25 book will further encourage an informed and rational dialogue on the ways Islam is used as a source of public law and policy in multiracial and multi-religious Malaysia, yet within the letter and spirit of the Federal Constitution and the spirit of Rukun Negara have proved futile, as the whole book had been banned without spelling out the reasons for the illogical and ridiculous ban. The ban on the G25 book is doubly illogical and ridiculous when it is the current Prime Minister himself who launched the initiative of a global movement of moderates. Why is the past President Sri Anwar Hadi Awang having increasing influence on Najib's government on Islamic matters? It will be interesting to know the stand of the GMM on the ban of the G25 book. Was the GMM consulted before the G25 book was banned? Does the GMM agree with the ban? And will the G25 lead a national campaign on behalf of the moderates to demand the ridiculous and illogical ban to be lifted? This book, produced by G25, represents the concerns of former high-ranking Malay Muslim civil servants, civic leaders, and politicians who want a rational dialogue on the position of Islam in a constitutional democracy, as they are deeply disturbed over developments regarding race relations, Islam, and extremist behavior in Malaysia. Have the lurch towards intolerance, extremism, and bigotry in Malaysia reached such a serious straits that contributors to the G25 book, which include prominent Malay Muslim former senior civil servants, professionals, and civil society leaders like Dr. Asia Abu Sama, Dr. Asma Abdullah, Tan Sri Muhammad Sharif, Dr. Sheikh Salim Faruqi, Dr. Said Farid Alatas, Dr. Asmi Sharum, Dr. Chandra Mustafa, Dr. Masli, Malik, Zaina Anwar, Aston Paiwa, Fauza Sabila Fauzi, Firdaus Husni, Muhammad Afif, Dr. Muhammad Azizuddin, Dr. Muhammad Nawab Osman, Nizam Bashir, Ranita Hussein, Rosli Dalan, Shazal Yusuf Zaid are viewed with some suspicion by the religious bureaucracy in the Putrajaya. You want to announce? I think Nathan is time to announce something to do with Zahid. Okay. All right, Nathan.
Before that,
all right.
A lawyer who is also our DAP Kedah Legal Bureau Chief. His name is Hasmin bin Sharif. He has lodged a police report in IPD Dawangi today over Zahid Hamidi's disclosure of allegedly Tun Mahathir's OIC. A copy of the report has been given to you. Okay.
This is in connection with the Breach of Data Protection Act.
Yeah.
Also for your information, I have already put in an emergency motions. I have submitted an emergency motions to the Speaker, asking the Speaker to allow us to move an emergency motions over the conduct of Zahid Hamidi to expose Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad's IC openly to the general public. Yes, he is the Menteri Dalam Negeri, but it doesn't give him the right to expose personal data information that contain in the IC. Whether the information is accurate or not is not the issue here. But I think he, as a minister, he showed no respect to the Personal Data Protection Act. I think this is a very serious matter. Yes, in this case, the victim is Tun Dr. Mahathir, but if a minister show no respect to the law of the countries, then how can we assure that he will not actually abuse our own personal data for his own personal agendas or any other purpose? So for me, it is very unethical for him to do so, and therefore I think this is a matter of the public interest, and therefore I have submitted the emergency motions to the Speaker, and hopefully the Speaker will allow us to debate over the motions. In the motions, I actually asked for two things. One, I hope that, I said that I urge Zahid Hamidi to openly apologize for his conduct, and secondly, I think he should at the same time be suspended for his portfolio of the Home Minister, because since the police report has been lodged against him, and if he is still the Minister Dalam Negeri, Menteri Dalam Negeri, then how confident we are that the police will carry out their investigation without fear and favor. So it is stated in the motions that first of all, I think he need to apologize. He is abusing the personal data of an ordinary Malaysians. And secondly, I think he need to be suspended from his portfolio as the Home Minister, so that the police can carry out a thorough investigation and impartial investigation without fear and favor.
Any questions?
Thomas?
No questions? Thank you very much. Gorbin is on the way. He has something to speak.